What's up, y'all? Here I am with the blue parts car, and as you can see, we got the engine and transmission dropped. I know it's been a while. I've had this thing for a while. We've been working on it for some time now. It's just hard to find time because I've been working a lot. But yeah, we got this thing finally dropped. And I mean, not a lot of people see this. This thing is an absolute behemoth. It is so huge when you drop this thing out onto a pallet like this. It's crazy. But I'm gonna separate the engine and transmission. This is our second driveline that we've got, full driveline. I mean, we've got, if you guys remember, we had the white parts car, and we dropped the whole drivetrain out of that one too. So this is our second one. For now, we're just gonna keep it, but I don't know what we're gonna stick it in. Maybe a future project. Don't know yet. But I wanted to show y'all like the steps that we kind of go through when we kind of strip this thing out. The easiest way to do this, when we drop the engine, we're gonna put this thing on that hoist right there just so we can separate the engine with the transmission. But to easily put it on the hoist, you gotta get these special hooks made specifically for this engine with this strap. If you don't have that, you can potentially damage the engine lifting it with whatever you're gonna use. So that's designed for this, so that's what we got. We're gonna lift it, separate the engine and transmission, take that cradle out, and then we're gonna put that cradle back up onto the car. We're gonna bolt it back up, and then we're gonna bolt up those lower control arms, the spindle and everything back on, get the wheels back on, and then we'll drop this car. That way we're able to roll it around still. Then we can work on stripping the whole interior, taking the doors off, everything. If you guys remember, this one still has the white interior in it. I'll show y'all. And if y'all remember, we did start taking some stuff off, like the headliner. But we're gonna go ahead and take everything out, like seats, doors, with the door panels. The whole wiring harness is gonna be taken out of this thing. So I'll go ahead and show y'all. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen my past videos. If not, you can go check those out. I've done a lot of interior work in my past videos. So unfortunately, I couldn't really record dropping this thing. It's hard recording while working on a car, I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot more time when I'm recording these videos. So yeah, that's the whole reason why I didn't really record dropping this thing out. It's just a lot of work. I'm not that good at this yet, guys. I'm not good. But it's kind of cool to see this, because I mean, who really gets to see a whole engine being dropped out of a RCF, right? But here we could see the impact and everything, and then just see how much that thing just like pushed up. It's crazy. But yeah, I got the rest of the spindles and lower control arm right here, the rotors. So this is what we're going to use to put it back on its wheels. And yeah, I mean, continue to strip this thing. I already stripped like a bunch of the trunk already. I don't even know if you can really see in there. I'll drop the car, but yeah, I mean, it's not looking too bad. Got a lot of work to do still, but I figured I'd show y'all a little progress update of what we're doing with this thing. All right, we got the engine lifted a little bit. I got the cradle off. I'm gonna show you, got the stock cats off. But yeah, I'll show you how to take that transmission off, because it's not very obvious. The obvious part is you gotta take these bolts off on the outside, but there's also the torque converter inside that we have to basically disconnect from the flywheel. So I'll show you all how to do that. Over on this side, there's the starter. We have to take the starter off completely. There'll be a little window on the transmission over here once we take the starter off. And once we take that, once we're able to disconnect everything, we'll see inside there'll be bolts. Basically, we're gonna have to rotate this right here, and then we'll see the flywheel spinning inside, and we have to take off each bolt. I believe there are about like 10 or so bolts in there. But once we unbolt all of those, then flywheel should be separated from the torque converter. Then we'll be able to take all these bolts off from the outside, and the whole thing should just separate right out, and it'll be real nice. But the hard part is you gotta take this starter off, so let's do that. All right, so once you got your nice meaty starter out, there's your little window that I was talking about. You see the bolts. Once we keep rotating, like I said, you'll see the flywheel rotate, and then you'll be able to take these bolts out and disconnect it from the torque converter, and then it'll be all smooth butter from there. All right, we removed the first bolt, as you can see. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna rotate this right here, and I'm gonna see if I can show you guys just how this rotates. You see that? So we're gonna rotate it a bit more until we see the next bolt right there. You see it? I'm gonna rotate a little bit more and get a nice position for me to take it out. But that's what I'm talking about. Got a nice position right there to take this thing out. But yeah, we just keep repeating the process until we get all of these little ones out, and then we'll be good to go. All right, we got all the bolts out. Looks like there were only 6. I thought there would be 10, but there's 6. Took them all out. I figured I'd show you guys this because I'm taking these lines out right here. But these are your transmission oil cooler lines that sit on the passenger side, up over here. But yeah, I figured I'd show you how they run. They run right along here, and that's where they feed into the transmission. So now you know if you didn't know. But yeah, I'm gonna continue taking this transmission off. All right, I got the engine on a beautiful little crate, and the transmission is off. It is over here, all separated, looking amazing. Even the engine just looks so big, dude. Like, you ever wonder why this car weighs so much? It's because this engine's so big, bro. But yeah, I got the cradle bolted up here. Obviously, it was a damaged cradle because of the hit and everything. I got a good control arm on here. I just gotta try to bend it and make it work. But yeah, so far I got this thing, this side right here, suspension all bolted up. Gonna put the spindle on, so this side will be pretty complete. So I'll be able to put a wheel on. This side I'm gonna have to mess with just because how much it got bent. But we'll make it work. I mean, it really just has to sit and roll forward just a little bit so that I can start working on the inside and having the doors like wide open, you know? But yeah, we're making pretty good progress, I'd like to say. Thing looks wicked, I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm working on both sides over here. I got this whole side pretty much put together, just so I can slap this wheel on over here. And this side I was able to make work. Obviously it's not gonna be perfect, but it's just to roll the car around. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not really tripping about it, but good enough. I'm gonna put this steering rack on so that, you know, I mean, can't roll the car around if the wheels are looking like this, right? So I'm gonna put the steering rack on so that at least the wheels can sit straight. This is the steering rack that was off of this car, and I never showed you guys this, but look at how it just completely cracked all the way around. So that's pretty crazy, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just slap it on. It's not like I'm gonna drive this thing. But yeah, I'll show you all what it looks like after I slap this bad boy on. And boom, just like that, literally 2 bolts holding this thing up, and then we just put it all together. And now we're ready to put all 4 wheels back on and drop this thing and roll it forward. That way we can start working on the interior, stripping everything out. And there we have it. We have this thing sitting down under its own weight. This is actually really funny to see because it's been up in the air for like so long, and I haven't seen it like on the ground like this forever. We're gonna open this interior and start going ham, taking everything out. Here's the white seats, or the gray seats. I think officially they're like gray seats, but I call them white seats. They look pretty sick, especially when I fix them up. They're gonna be looking real good. But yeah, we're gonna like go ham, take the dash out, everything's coming out, carpet. If I have time, I will try to take the wiring harness out too. But yeah, we'll just see, we'll see where this goes. I mean, just start going ham, I guess. I also just wanted to point this out. Once I fix those white seats, I want to put it in the other blue one that I have, the other blue RCF. But can we just appreciate like how good they look just from this view? Like just look how nice they look. Oh my goodness. I've always had two dream spec RCFs. The first one was always white with red interior, and the second was blue with the white interior. That was like, if I was gonna get an RCF from when I was back in high school, like that was like the spec that I wanted. It was either one of those. And the fact that I will be able to accomplish both of those is insane to me. I mean, if you told me that in high school, I'll be able to do this, I would have thought you were joking. I would have like busted out laughing in your face. All right, a little progress update. Got all the seats out. This is how it's looking. I forgot to say I did take the headliner off. If you want to see that, that was in my last video. But yeah, this is how it's looking. I took the gauge cluster out, all the like screen and climate controls and everything. Basically these bottom panels too. So probably gonna take the carpet out next, take those panels out, the rear brace, and then I'll start working on getting this dash out probably. But these are how the seats are looking. I mean, we can clean these up pretty nicely. These might take some time before I get them all looking pretty and putting them in my blue one. I'm in no rush to really put these in the blue one. I want to make sure that these gets done properly and, you know, look real good before I do slap them in. If you guys remember, we do have these two black front seats from my first RCF that we bought that are blown. Again, no rush to really fix them, because I mean we don't really have a car to put them in right now, but they're there looking pretty sick. These are the stock cats that were in the car that I took off the engine, and then there's the starter, so just a bunch of heat shielding. But yeah, I'd say we're looking pretty good. I already took off a bunch of this like the tail lights. This headlight slightly damaged, but I think we can make this one work and fix it. Got a bunch of panels off from in here as well, even the trunk. These are all loose too. I just have them in there like resting inside, but pretty good progress in my opinion. I take these door panels off when I take the doors off. I'm not gonna take the doors off just yet, because I don't know, I just want to make sure everything is pretty much gutted inside. But yeah, let's keep working on this. All right, another little progress update. Got the carpet out and like all the stuff that's under the carpet. I got a bunch of interior stuff out, and this is how it's looking. Pretty bare. Like I said, all the carpet's out. You can really see like how much damage there is. Like, see how much of this just crumpled. It's pretty crazy. Crumpled more over here too. But yeah, like you can see just how much this thing got. This thing had a pretty hard hit, to be honest. But yeah, probably gonna go ahead and start working on this dash and trying to get this thing out. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue, just because of the impact from this side. When it pushes, it kind of like squeezes everything. So crossing my fingers that it'll just pop right out. But I will show you there is a brace that goes behind the dash, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be pretty hard to get out just because of how much it got caved in over here. My first parts car, the white one, had the same issue where it got hit, and I think it was hit on that side, but it just like kind of squeezed the brace, and it was like impossible to get out. But with a big old pry bar and some good old love, it will. So hopefully this comes out pretty smooth. Alrighty, we got the dash out. I'll show y'all what it looks like in the car now. This is how we looking. Not too shabby. But this is the bracelet I was talking about. It runs across the whole front right here. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I don't think. Hopefully it's not pinched. But like I said on my first one, it was, and it was a pain to get out. So hopefully it's not. But I think that's it for today. I think I'm gonna knock out all the wiring tomorrow. I'll try to get all this wiring out, the whole floorboard harness. It runs into the trunk, so I'll try to knock out all the wiring tomorrow, take it all out. And then maybe if I have time, then I'll try to take the brace out and like the box and everything. But I'd say we made some pretty solid progress today. It's looking pretty nuts. All right, next day, did a lot of work. Me and my little brother pulled out a bunch of stuff. As you can see, we got the whole wiring harness out and all that extra stuff in the front. We got all ripped out, all the wiring. But yeah, I mean, you can even see more of the damage up in here. It's pretty crazy to see, like all of this cracking. But I think that is enough for now. And then we'll probably work on stripping all the brake lines, the gas tank, everything else. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching as always. And go ahead and drop a follow or subscribe if you want to keep watching this type of stuff. Until next time.